All right. Hey.
Happy
Happy
Sunday.
Sunday. So, few things I just wanted to go over that I've learned from that video we just watched is to have vision for your life. Have vision for your life. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Has anybody seen that Nightmare Before Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, um, to have vision for your life is to like, what do you see for yourself? What do you see for your future, for your children's future? Like, what's on your dream board? What is that vision? I know my one of mine is to have an RV, like, because I really want to travel all around the world, and so I really want an RV. So what is that for you? Is it to buy a brand new house, brand new car, to make a certain amount of money? Um,
to send your kids to a certain school, to have them,
yes.
help them save for college, to have a plan a vacation, or to save a lot of money for your grandkids in the future, like a trust fund or a will or something like that.
Yes, most definitely. And to know, the next thing was to know your goal. What's your target? What are you aiming? But like, okay, so in a business sense, to me, like, what's your goal every day? Like, how many customers are you willing to sign, like, every week? Like, to give yourself a goal, like a target. I know the company already gives us like a simple system, which is the steps to success. Basically, commission
4LC.
4LCs, 3DTs, and to be commission qualified. That's these steps. um but yeah, and so that's a simple system, so we can easily like break it down and tell ourselves, all right, I'm gonna make it a goal to get 1 DT each week. And like my each week, 1 DT each week, or within 3 weeks, or you can get two 1 week, or however you want that to go. And then I was thinking customers, and then you could get a customer like once a week. I mean, but if you knock it out like faster, congratulations. But just know your goal and the targets. That's why for me, it's always a steps to success, because it's easy for me to be like, okay, this is the company's system that's set up for us. So that's my goal every month. And if I surpass that, woo, we ahead of the game. You feel me? So another one was to think big. And like, going back to the vision for your life, think big when you come to your vision for your life. Like, one of my biggest ones, and I was always like afraid to say it, or like felt like, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm crazy, was to have a house in every state. Like, ever since I was in high school, I want to say that was like one of my, like, they say have, when I was younger, they say have like top 5 goals. And so mine was to have like a house in every state. And so I always kept that, like, I wrote it on paper, but I always kept it to myself. But now, as I'm growing up and like starting to learn from more successful people, and just learning, they say think big and stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, all right, this is my kind of thinking. So think big for yourself, whatever it is. If you want a house in every state, shoot, go ahead and think it too. I don't mind. I feel like, once people, I mean, I'm sure someone else out there has a house in every state, but I mean, I don't know who, but I want to say I could be the first person. But we'll see how that turns out. But you could have a house in every state too. Like, that's why I'm getting that RV. So guys, really think big. Like, what sparks joy for you? Me and Portia is watching this show on
Like
Netflix,
tidying
Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. And it's like English and Japanese, because the main character, she's Japanese, so she's speaking Japanese. But anyways, she's like a successful, like, tidying up person. She even wrote like a book. So she goes to people's houses and helps them like get organized and clean, declutter and stuff. And she's always talking about what sparks joy. Does this shirt spark joy for you? Like, and they'll be looking at it, they'll be like, actually, it does not spark joy. So then they give it away. Or like, what's something else that else?
Do you see it going into your future? Like, is it supposed to help you in the future?
Yeah.
Like, if it's a book and you're looking at a book, if it's a book that, like Brie was saying, if it's a book about spirituality, or something to help me take my business to another level, or just entrepreneur self, like, then yes, that's a book that's going to be kept. But if it's a book like a magazine that has just some recipes in it, nowadays you can go on Google and you can find a bunch of magazines or recipes in there. So like, that doesn't necessarily spark joy. It's not going to serve me in the future. I could Google it, right? Versus I could pick up a book and read it and
Yeah, so what sparks joy for you? Like, even if it sounds unimaginable. Like, for me, when I first thought of having a house in every state, I thought that was unimaginable. But some odd reason, I was like, I'm gonna be that rich. Anyways, but yes, think big. So whatever it is that you want and you see your future going into, that you're like, I don't know how this is possible, but I really want it, and just really just always really want it. And so think big, because that's what I was learning from the video. Successful people think. And the last thing was, people think they can do it without working. Psych. We have to always be taking that action steps, working towards our goals, our dreams, so that we can hit those goals and those dreams and the things we want to do. So that way, if you're not doing it, it's like, okay, well, it's just a dream. It's not going to go nowhere. It then turns into your plan, and then your reality, and then you're doing big things. So don't take work for granted. Like you wouldn't, what Cheyenne Knox was saying, you wouldn't go to work like you wouldn't not go to work to your job. Like, say you work at a grocery store, you will, like, if you don't clock in at the time you're supposed to clock in, then they're going to fire you. So she was saying, what's the difference? It's just that you're basically your own boss. So you're up to yourself to be accountable for yourself, and
have to do the work.
Put in the power hours, or put in sending, if you're busy, just like 7 messages out for the day, like whatever your daily, or that one thing that you should do that will grow your business. Make sure you do it, and you don't go to sleep without doing it. And if you have more time to do more, like do 1 or 2 or 3 power hours a day, it'll really, really put that action in your business to make all your dreams come true. For sure. So that was just like some good juju info for y'all. But today's task is, I want to, because it's something that I'm doing right now currently, is to print out your friends list. Yay! So I am going to go step by step with you guys how I'm printing my friends list. And so that way, because I want to make sure you guys know that you have a lead. Basically, your social media, Facebook, is all your friends are leads. Like, and sometimes we can go through social media and we skip a few friends, or there's friends not seeing our page, or we're not even seeing their page, and we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even talk to this girl in a while, or oh my gosh, this girl said she wants to lose weight, I had no idea. But with this, your friends Facebook list, it's going to help you be able to like go through the list and check mark, like, okay, boom, 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 and like talk to them, or send them a message, or have them do a hosted post for you, and you could boom, 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 check them off. And the friends list is very useful, because when Portia and I was promoting to Emerald, that is the list. That was our like list that we use to contact people and to just like go through the whole thing.
When they say talk to everyone you know, you talk to everyone you know. Yes. And if you don't have your friends list printed out in front of you, you don't have, like, your mentality doesn't have anybody to talk to. You're like, I don't know anybody, I'm gonna talk to 5 people today. But if you have a list, you literally like boom, boom, messaging, and you're sending out so many messages without even realizing how many messages you're sending, because you're just going by the name, like a telemarketer. Okay, but you're not a telemarketer. But that's what it feels like. You're just going down the list.
Yes, exactly. So first things first, we're going to be learning how to print our Facebook friends list. So whether if you have 10 friends or almost 5,000 friends like myself, you're going to need to learn how to do this, so that way you can print your list and be able to go through everyone. And then you even find people who are like, why are they on my friends list? They haven't been active for like 2 years. So I'm going to go to Facebook. And now y'all, y'all will have to do this on a computer. So if you have a laptop, great. If you don't, I do highly suggest that you guys go to the library and do exactly this, because yeah, all you need is their computer. And so you will log in. Oh, let me share my screen. Oh, yeah, your mouse has been kind of freezing. Okay, there we go. Hold up. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all. So here we are. So here is the Facebook. So yours will look like this too. I believe you'll click on your name. Yes, click at where I just clicked. Oh, babe, can you write this down? Just so that I know it's simple. So you click that, and then you'll click your friends, which I have 4,987, and I know I need to probably delete a lot of people, but we'll talk about that later. No, so you click the friends, and then what you're gonna do is you'll get all your friends here. Now, if you have a lot of friends, this might take a while. So you can, like, if right before bed, maybe you can do this and like get people. So you basically have to scroll all the way down. And trust me,
it could take a while.
It's worth it though. So you'll scroll all the way down. You must scroll all the way down and make sure you can see where the end of your friends list ends. Because if you don't scroll all the way down, you'll end up only copying like 50 people because you thought it ended. But you see how the loading is there, and it loads and loads. So make sure you scroll all the way down. And so once you have all your friends there where you see them, and there's like no more list to it, you're going to highlight.
Are you going to the top or are you going to the bottom?
I'm going to the top. We'll be here for like 30 minutes going to the bottom. So I'll go back all the way to the top again. And then you'll even find a lot of people that deactivated, like I personally did, that deactivated their page. So I feel like that takes up too much of my friends list space. So I do like unfriend them. So,
because it's like
they're like, yeah, ghosts. So they're not seeing your stuff, you're not seeing their stuff. So you'll go ahead and highlight all of your friends and you'll just go down. Okay, say if I was a beginner, I would need to know how to highlight. So on a MacBook, guys, or if you have a mouse, a mouse is good. So if you have a mouse, you're going to left click, and then you're going to highlight and scroll down. That's how you highlight. I want to make sure, like, if I was a beginner, I would need to know how to highlight too, y'all. Just saying. So you scroll all the way down, right? So we're not going to scroll all the way down for mine because I did mine yesterday.
She has a lot of friends.
I have a lot of friends. So I'll stop right there. Bam. So I'll highlight everyone. Wow, I highlighted everyone. And then to copy, you can either go to the top here and then click on copy right there.
So go to edit, then copy.
Oh, yes. Go to edit. And thank you, babe. That's what I mean. Go to edit and then copy. Because then if you're not doing this right now, you will want to write this down.
And if you guys are like following along, it's always good to take out pen and paper and just.
Oh yes, I forgot to say take out pen and paper. Or we will have the recording up and then you can watch it.
Take pen and paper.
Yeah. So you're gonna copy. Bam. So I copied it. All right. So if you have a Google account, great. I mean, so put it like this. Yes, if you have a Google account, you can use Docs. But if you have Microsoft Word or...
Which actually works really well.
Yeah.
I just don't have Microsoft Word on my laptop anymore. It expired like a couple years ago and I never redid it.
Yeah. So if you have Microsoft Word, great, because then you can alphabetize it from A to Z. Very simple. But if you don't have a Microsoft Word, or if the library you go to, doesn't have Microsoft Word, I highly doubt that though, you have a Google account. If you don't have a Google account, you can easily make one. Just go to Google. It's free. You go to, it'll probably say, move this out of the way. It'll probably say, create. Let me move this too. You can, create one. Or you can just go to your Gmail. I mean, no, not Gmail. Sorry. You go here to these little squares. Bam. And then if it's not here, you'll click on more.
You can go to Google Drive.
Drive?
Yeah. That's the same thing.
I use Docs. So you can go to Google Drives or you can just click on Google Docs. And then get a blank, bam. And you will paste it, and then you can easily go up to edit and then paste. So it might take a little while to make sure it's working, to upload, because it's like trying to format it and like, oh, what did I do? Okay, so then it might pop up with these pictures, and in reality, you don't want that. So I'm actually going to go back. Undo. So this might take a little bit because now it's trying to upload the pictures, but you really don't want that. I mean, you can, but it's just
exit and start anew.
Okay, Portia says exit and start anew.
Yeah. Or just go Google. Or just exit.
Portia's like, I'm not about to wait for this. I'm just start over. Bam. Docs. Blank. And now, oh, I have to go to this edit. So edit. And so we're going to pick accidentally, y'all see, this is good why I made this mistake, because I clicked on this one, but it gave me, I was supposed to click on this one. So click on edit on the docs, and then you're going to paste without formatting. So this won't give you the picture of them. So then it makes it much easier for it to do its thing. And you can easily, okay, there's still more. All right, so we have a friends list. Yeah. So we have a friends list, but hey, look, it has friends, 1,000. Yeah, we don't need to know how much friends they have or anything like that. We don't even really need this friend stuff. So what you're gonna do on Docs, there's this add-on thing right here, and you might have to, it's gonna say, you might not have, because I already have it, but you might click, you have to click on, you have to click on get add-ons.
And a side note, if you do have Microsoft Word, that should already pretty much be there. You shouldn't need an add-on, what she's about to explain.
Right.
It should already be there.
And
you want to type it in?
What is it?
A to Z.
Or sort.
Oh yeah, sort.
So then you'll click on sort.
Sorted paragraphs.
Sorted paragraphs. So you could type it in, sorted paragraphs, and then you'll add this to it. It's free. It's like an app for your docs. Yeah, and it's really cool because it'll help you put your list in alphabetical order. Now, if you guys have questions, please comment them in the chat, and I'll be happy to address them. And if I'm going too fast, let me know too. All right, so now that you have your sorted paragraph, so make sure you write that down. You have to click on add-on, search sort, sorted paragraphs will come up, and then it'll add on.
Is that on format?
No, it's on add-ons. Bam. All right, so now we can start alphabetizing. So how we're going to alphabetize? You can go one by one and like delete. Just make sure you don't delete their names, and you could just bam, delete like that. But with sorted paragraphs, you can highlight the name or names. I would only highlight a few pages unless you have like a super, super fast computer that, it just bam. But for some reason, if I do all of my pages, it like glitches. Too much. So it glitches. So I have to do probably like this much or something. And so once that's highlighted, I'll click on add-ons and click on sorted paragraphs and click on sort A to Z, and it's going to do its job. Now, Microsoft Word, though, I believe if you go in the format part or like the tools or something, I'm not for sure, so don't quote me, but if you're like a Microsoft Word Pro, you can find it in one of those areas, and it does have like a alphabetical order button where you can alphabetize. And I feel like Microsoft Word probably will be able to go like alphabetize the whole thing, so it might be faster with that. But this is what we're working with. Okay, so I'm moving on. So as we can see here, it alphabetized our list from all the blank spaces to the numbers of friends people had. So what we're going to go ahead is delete this part, and then up until we see the names. So you see the names, and then just hit that delete button like that. Bam. And then look, see, sometimes even like counselor, a drug and alcohol counselor, you could even delete that. It will show some people's occupation. And so, oh, look at, they put all the friends together. Yeah. So we're going to delete all the friends. Well, you know what I mean. And just, okay, I see it. Okay, so I delete all of that. Bam. Gone. And so you basically have an almost alphabetized list. So I would just like sort through it. So I would delete Southern, that, because that's just their school. I delete that. Bam. And then you can just start alphabetizing again from where you left off. So you just do the whole process again. Highlight. And this is on Docs. I'm sure Microsoft Word lets you do all the pages.
Yeah, if you're on Microsoft Word, you can actually do select A, and it'll do the whole thing.
So yeah.
For here, it just doesn't. It's just extra.
Yeah, but that's fine. Work with what you got, right? Work with what you got. So it will do all this again, and you just go through it until like delete, bam. So I'm not going to do all of it, but I do have a few more tips on it. So bam. So bam. So let's pretend, okay, everything, oh my goodness, I wave a magic wand and everything is alphabetized. Boom. So everything's alphabetized, right? In our fairy tale mind. But anyway, what you want to do to save paper, because you know we're going to print this. You could either, well, I was talking to Portia and I was like, well, you know, if they don't have a printer, they can, you know, go back to the Google Docs and look at it and like, you know, check, like, Portia was talking about highlight the names with like the highlighter tool in the docs, and they could do that way. But I did offer also, if you were to get your list done, you can email it to me and I'll print it for you, because I have a printer that basically we get unlimited ink. And yeah, I was like, I'll print it for them and just mail it to them. You just have to email it to me. But another way to save paper, if you're like, oh, I have a printer, or you print at the library, to save paper, I would highlight all of this. And Portia says 3 columns, but I say 2 columns. We put it in columns so that way we save paper. So I'm going to just highlight. Can I select all of this one?
What? You don't need to go all that. Just
okay, I don't need to
short.
do it short. Okay. Yeah, because I probably did a lot of pages. Okay, so I'm going to put them into columns now. So I'll go to tools. No, I'll go to format, sorry. Go to format, and then I'll click on columns. And then there's like 1, 2, 3. I like 2. But Portia likes to save more paper, so she uses 3. And then the highlighted part is now in columns. And now we're saving more paper. Bam, bam. So that is that. You want to show them yours?
Yeah.
Okay, Portia wants to show you her friends list.
So as she was saying, so once you have all that done, then you print it out and you have this beautiful piece of leads that you can finally
a whole list of leads.
And so like I did 3 columns, and it's really simple. So when we promoted at Emerald, I used this mainly for 2 different messages. One of them was for host to post, and the other one was just basically asking them to be a distributor. So it just depended on what it was I was going for at that time. And I didn't care, but like if I was finished with this row or not, if that day I was like, I'm messaging for distributors, I just started messaging for distributors. However, you can get as specific as you want. I know Bree wants to, she's printing out her list right now, and she's like, I'm messaging for coffee raffles because, you know, cash is like,
I need some cash.
You need some cash. So that's what she's using hers for. And you can get really, really specific on how you organize it. This one, I just kept it really simple, and I didn't add anything. Like, I just crossed off people's names, or if they became an LC, I like hearted it and like put that they were an LC there. But you can use color coordination. So there is a video that Laurel did, and it was how she stayed organized for host to post. And so as she would go through her messaging, she would use like 5 different colors, like yellow or whatever color you want, but you can have one of them for distributors, like all of your distributors, personal. Then you could, so distributors in general. Loyal customers, when they enroll, you get them and you highlight them to whatever color, or if they are on your friends list already and they were or currently are an active loyal customer, you highlight them. If they're friends and family, like people you personally know, you highlight them another color. People that, let's say, you block or you delete and they're on there, or maybe that they unfriended you, you highlight them in another color. So that way you can kind of go along. And there's sometimes, like, as I'm going through the list, like she says, she'll come across somebody that's deactivated, and you don't know that they're deactivated. They're like, sometimes they just don't even pop up. Mm-hmm. So then when they don't pop up, I'm like, oh, they defriended me, but they could really honestly just have deactivated themselves, or we're just no longer friends, and I'm not going to go back and add them. Like, I ain't got time for that. So if I see their name on my list and I'm not friends with them through social, like, this allows me to, like, I like either will defriend them or I'll highlight them in green. So I highlight them in green, and that way I know, like, okay, I deleted this person, and it just helps you stay really organized. And we are in that season right now where we're setting up, like, this is momentum season every day, right? Every day is increasing your momentum. So as you are going into 2020 and the holidays, the best way to connect with people is through this friends list, because it's everybody there. And like she was saying, like, you don't know, you know, if you're just messaging people that are in your active list, you're only like scraping the surface, and you may be like, I have nobody to talk to. Even my cousin, I printed out hers. It was one paper, but there was like every single friend that she had was on that paper. And I was like, you can message every single person, you know, whatever you need to, and it's right there. You know, if you message them, you know, if you didn't. And like, you even will come across people that maybe you were having a conversation with, and you, like, they fell through the cracks. Now you're like, oh, I'm gonna follow up here. And so I do that too. Like, it just ends up popping up. But this is a lifesaver. And if you do it on Google Docs, like she was saying, like, whether you print it out or if you don't print it out, if you want to highlight, if you have like an iPad or anything like that, you could just sit there. But this Google Docs will be able to have that friends list with you wherever you go. So you would just need to print it out if you wanted to, or just open up your Google Docs in your Google Drive, and that'll have your friends list there where you can read it. Because even if you go to all of your friends on Facebook, it always rejumbles itself. It never stays consistent, because I remember back in the, like, maybe like 2 years ago, you could actually message from A to Z. Mm-hmm. And that was cool. And then all of a sudden it started doing this weird, like, I would get halfway down through my A's and it'd make me go back up. And I'm like, oh, this is so annoying. Mm-hmm. So having it on paper, I'm like, whoo, I finished the A's. You could even give yourself like I'm going to message 50 people today. And you literally will be like counting down how many people you messaged. I do that. So like, if I didn't finish, or I get to like 26, and then the next time I do 6, or then there's people I skip over because I'm like, I've messaged them so many times, so I'm not going to message that person for X, Y, Z reasons. Like, yeah, they're all in here. So it's really, really cool.
Wow, so easy, but too many steps to follow. Yeah, it is a like a project, not like a huge project, but well, if you have like almost 5,000 friends, it could be quite time consuming, but I only plan to I want to get it done today, and I started yesterday, but so I plan to get it done today because I really need it. Maybe one more time, you guys can show us again what computer on hand so you can follow along with. Yes, you can definitely do that. So yeah, when you get your computer, just let us know, Rosa, and we could definitely guide you and help you. Yeah, or we also are gonna upload this replay too, so it'll be handy. But thank you for learning insurance. You're welcome.
Yeah, it can seem like because the very first time I tried printing out my friends list, it didn't go so well.
We were spent like
forever, and I like watched a video that told me how to just download my friends list from Facebook.
I was like, okay.
I never ever got it. I tried.
Because Facebook had to send it to you.
I never received it.
And I'm like, huh? And I was like, I need to find an easier way to do this because Facebook is taking too long to send me my friends list. And I'm just like, I don't really get this download thing. So, okay, let me do it this way. And I actually learned it from YouTube. Yeah, I learned it from YouTube. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm keeping this short so that way if people do want to make their friends list, they can and not have to watch like a whole hour video. But if you guys do have questions, we are free to answer them. I'm going to stop the recording.